Hello, Algebra 2. This is Lesson 93, the discriminant. Before we start this lesson, you're going to want to refresh your memory on this wonderful little equation called the quadratic formula. And you'll notice underneath this radical of the quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac, it has a special name. It's called the discriminant. And the reason that this is so special is it gives us some information about our parabola when we go to graph it. So we're going to come over here to the chart and find out that if we have a discriminant that is greater than 0, that means positive, then we end up with two intercepts. Okay, so two real solutions. If our discriminant ends up being exactly 0, we'll have one solution because it's the vertex that hits on the x-axis. And then if we have a negative discriminant, that means that we end up in imaginary world and we end up with two imaginary solutions. They're up there floating in the axis. Okay, so those are the three options that are going to happen. We're either going to get a positive value for discriminant, so there's two real solutions. We're going to have exactly 0, and that's one real solution. Or we're going to get a negative value in our discriminant, and that means it's two imaginary solutions. Okay, and you should also know that you'll see in math textbooks that the imaginary solutions are also referred to as complex. Those are interchangeable when we're describing the solutions. Okay, so we're going to go straight to your textbook for question A, and you will find this in page 388 up at the top. I'm going to start off by reminding myself what the discriminant is equal to, and that is b squared minus 4ac. All right, question A asks us to use this equation, x squared equals negative 3x plus 2. Okay, my first step is going to move everything over to the left side so it's set equal to 0. So just make a note to myself, set equal to 0 as my first step. Okay, you don't have to write that, that's just me helping you out. So when I move everybody over to the left, it becomes a plus 3x and a minus 2 because it changes sides. Now it's equal to 0. And why did I do that? So I have my A, B, C values correct. Okay, so my A value is 1. My B value is 3. My C value is negative 2. Okay, so you don't have to label it, but if that's helpful, there is your label. Next, I go back to the b squared minus 4ac, and I plug in the values for each letter. So b is 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2. That negative has to come in with the c. Simplify that, and it looks like 9 minus 4 times negative 2, which is 9 plus 8, which is 17. I don't highlight or box that in. I am using that information to find out if it's positive, 0, or negative. It's a positive solution for the discriminant. So what that translates to, remember from this chart up here, when I have a positive value, I'm going to have two real solutions. So what I write is two real solutions. And that is what gets boxed in. Okay, based off of the fact that I had a positive discriminant. I'm going to go to question B now. Written from your textbook, negative 4x equals negative 3x squared minus 3. And remember that we're going to move everything over to the left side, set it equal to 0. So that changes signs. I have positive 3x squared minus 4x, positive 3 equals 0. Okay, from here, I need to just remember what my A, B, C values are. And then I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that discriminant. B squared minus 4AC. My B value is a -4, but it is getting squared. A is +3, C is +3. So -4 squared comes out 16 minus 4 times 9, so that would be 36. That ends up with a negative value of 20. And remember from our chart above, if I have a negative value, it's one of those parabolas that's floating up in the air somewhere. So it has a 2 imaginary solution, also referred to as 2 complex solutions. Okay, so you can write it as 2 imaginary solutions or 2 complex solutions. Saxon often calls it 2 complex solutions. All right, that's it for the notes for lesson 93. Your homework will be on Delta Math. You'll receive some information later for that. All right, take care.